Recently I did a video on a Philips Prestige. That was a standard review of a facial shave, and I went through all the features and design, pros and cons and all that. This video is going to purely about doing a head shave. As I'm a balding gent and I run the website shavingadvisor.com, I like to test out some of these facial shaves to see if they'll head shave as well, to see whether for certain guys whether buying one of these for facial shaving will also be suitable for head shaving as well. Most of the facial shaves, including the Prestige, are probably not going to be suitable bought for just head shaving. My view of it is that there needs to be you need to be able to use it facial shaving and also head shaving. As just the head shaver, I'm usually geared more towards dedicated head shavers like the school shavers. However, there can be some exceptions, because I've done a video also head shaving with the Braun Series 9 Pro, and that's an expensive machine. However, some people, because of how close this can shave, they may just want to purchase that purely for head shaving and not use it for a facial shaver. But I think that type of person is quite limited. Most guys are going to want to be able to use one of these shavers as facial shaving and head shaving. In this video as well, I'll cover a few details about dedicated head shavers, and give the Braun Series 9 a quick mention as well. But what we'll do is we'll do a head shave first, see how it goes, this Prestige. I have head shaved it before, but I want to do a demo shave so you guys can see how it shaves. So let's crack on with it and get a shave done. Right, we had about 4 days of growth, and I've gone over it with a trimmer first. As you can see, it's pretty short as it is. I don't have much hair on the top, although I do have some. It's very, very fine hair there, but that's one of the reasons why I use dedicated head shaves and electric head shaves on my head, is because I'm balding and I want to get the whole lot off. Right, so this is what we're starting with. We've got something around the back here. So let's see how this shaver removes this hair. Right, with the Prestige, it's got 3 power options. I'll show you. It has this button here, and that's the highest power. Then it's got a middle one, and then it's got a lowest one. Now for this head shave, I'm just going to put it on for the highest power output, because the lowest one's going to be used if you want more of a gentle shave. But I'm not going to want that on my head. Okay. Okay, job done. Here's the finish. I always still get a bit of a shade there, like the 5 o'clock shadow kind of look. That's just what I get with any electric shavers and the dedicated head shavers. There's around the back. Okay, job done. Okay, head shave done. Let's give you guys some feedback. So, if when holding the shaver, what I have to do on a lot of the shave, like other electric facial shavers, is kind of hold the head. You'll notice whilst I'm shaving, I have to hold it like that. Apart from when I'm going along the sides I can hold it like I would normally hold a facial shaver. But most of the other areas I have to kind of hold it like that. So that's okay. That's not quite as good as having a dedicated head shave like a school shaver, because that just, you know, I don't have to move that around. It stays in the palm of the hand or within the fingers very well, and it goes along the contours. So it's not quite as quick as a dedicated head shaver, definitely not as quick as a school shaver. In terms of closeness, the closeness is slightly closer than what a dedicated head shaver would be, a school shaver. Not quite as close as the Braun Series 9 Pro or the Panasonic Arc 5. They're a little bit closer. However, where the Philips seems to have an advantage is because it's a rotary style shaver, it seems to shave the back of the head a bit quicker, so does a bit quicker job than what the Braun Series 9 and other file shavers do at the back of the head. And I also think because of this being a rotary style shaver as well, that you can move it in various directions rather than in one direction. Plus these blades stay close to the scalp, so they remain close to the skin throughout the shave, which is pretty good. Just to test something out and show you guys as well, I can feel a slight amount of stubble there. You know, when I go against the grain, rub my fingers against the grain. If I go like that, you know, it feels completely bald, but going against the grain somewhat. So I'm going to see if this Braun Series 9 Pro will remove that. Actually, with the Philips first, we'll go over it just a little bit again, just to make sure that that's the closest it can get. Alright, okay. Yeah, that's the closest that would get. Still a slight amount of stubble. I mean, it's not worth bothering about really, but some people, you know, they're going for super close, you know, and that's going to grow back anyway a few hours later. Let's try this Braun Series 9 Pro there. Yeah, that's got it a bit closer. So yeah, as I thought, yeah, the Braun Series 9 Pro is a bit closer. But the thing is that going to make a difference for you guys? Like, you know, is that the most important thing? For some people it is, that little bit of extra closeness is one of the absolute best ball feeling you can get, then, you know, then it's worth it for some guys. For other guys who are not so bothered about that, and you know, in a way it's not always worth making a drama about it, is it? Because give this head till about 5-6 o'clock or something, that's gonna come back anyway, so it's not always worth making an issue about, is it? If you're looking for a facial shave that would also head shave as well, this would be a great shave. But if you wanted one that's the closest, that would either be the Braun Series 9 or the Arc 5, or maybe some other file shavers as well. But if you want the one that's the most comfortable shaver, plus if you look, I take a look at the video review that I did. You know, I rate these Philips on being good shavers based on how comfortable they are and having less leftovers. And also when you got leftovers left on the face, the Philips shaver seems to be very good at picking those up. So there's pros and cons of a file shaver and a rotary shaver, and it just depends on what would suit you best and what you have more issues with. The Prestige isn't a shave that I'd recommend as purchasing this solely as a head shaver. You'd have to have the need for, in my view anyway, the need for using it as a facial shaver as well. Just a purchase as a head shaver just would not yeah, it's not beneficial enough. I mean, for some people, like I'd mentioned in the Braun Series 9 video, yeah, maybe some people who have got, you know, they've got a bit of extra money and they want the closest electric shave. You can kind of do that with the Braun Series 9 Pro. You could go for that as not using it as a facial shaver if you've got a bit of spare cash. But with the Philips, no, I'd say that no, unless you're going to use it as a facial shaver as well, you're better off going along with a dedicated head shave like one of the school shavers. Anyway, that's a wrap, guys. I think the next review is going to be a shaver I'm using at the moment is the Braun X5000. It's quite a new shaver that has came out. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest videos coming out, do hit the subscribe button. You'll get a notification once the video is live. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.